Good afternoon. From the KUOW newsroom, this is Seattle Now. I'm Paige Browning with today's top stories. It's Tuesday, May 5th. Before we get rolling today, an important reminder, every day, twice a day, Seattle Now keeps you up to date on what's going on in Seattle, and we are powered by an entire newsroom of local journalists. So this May, join KUOW in amplifying the impact of public media. Celebrate Give Big with us. Today, we're inviting you to join KUOW as a donor to power this podcast and local news. Just tap on the link in the show notes, and thank you so much for any gift you can give. The soccer tournament countdown is on. The city of Seattle has a lot of responsibilities this summer as one of the local hosts of the World Cup. As Anna Boyko-Wyrock reports, local officials are matching up dollars with the items on the to-do list.
From beautification to public safety, Seattle City Council is setting aside $32 million to pay for it. More than half of that comes from federal grants, and most is going to the Seattle Police, Fire, and Transportation departments. The money will cover items including overtime, traffic control, staff training, fire extinguishers, and toilet rental. Around $2 million in federal funds is specifically to protect against any threats from aerial drones. Today, a Seattle City Council committee approved the funding. The city's Tourism Bureau expects the World Cup to generate close to $1 billion locally. Seattle's first match is June 15th. Anna Boyko-Wyrock, KUOW News.
Our next top story is about, of all things, a location tracking anklet. A judge has ruled King County Assessor John Wilson has to wear an ankle monitor in the latest twist in his domestic violence case. The Seattle Times reports Seattle Municipal Court Judge Catherine McDowell said she had lost confidence he would follow court orders to not contact his ex. Wilson, an elected official, is charged with 2 counts of violating a no-contact order against his former fiancée, who'd accused him of stalking and harassment. Last month, he boasted on social media about soaking in a pool after a previous judge did not require an electronic monitor. The U.S. Supreme Court says it will not hear a case brought by basketball great John Stockton and others about pandemic-era rules. It all started when Washington state sanctioned doctors who spread misinformation about COVID tests and vaccines. Stockton, a former Gonzaga and Utah Jazz star, and other people sued, saying that violated doctors' First Amendment rights. A federal judge already denied the case, and the High Court just announced it won't take the time to hear it. A quick note about a whole different crisis we experienced in Washington. People who lost work because of the disastrous December flooding can now apply for unemployment help. The state of Washington is offering disaster unemployment assistance to people who live or work in 10 western Washington counties, including Snohomish, Skagit, Whatcom, and King. A bright story to bring you before our big story of the day. And it really is bright when the sun hits it. Seattle's Olympic Sculpture Park has 12 new statues that are hard to miss. They're from the renowned artist Ai Weiwei. More from KNKX arts and culture reporter Freddie Menares.
The 12 bronze sculptures are of animal heads and are positioned in order of the traditional Chinese zodiac cycle. The circle of animals' zodiac heads by Ai Weiwei stand more than 10 feet tall. The work is based on stolen zodiac heads from the Qing dynasty in the 1800s. Only 7 were recovered. Feng Ping is with the Seattle Art Museum. She says Weiwei used the recovered pieces and re-envisioned the stolen ones to create a complete zodiac set.
He is a little bit proud of himself, I think, that this is the only set that actually works as a zodiac, because there's 12. The originals no longer work as a zodiac because some of them do not survive.
Seattle Art Museum had initially said these sculptures would be installed last year. Museum officials declined to say the cause for the delay. The pieces are on display until October of 2027. In Seattle, I'm Freddie Menares.
Hey, before we get to our feature story today, we want your thoughts. Seattle Public Schools started a new cell phone policy this week. K-8 students will need their phones put away during the full school day. High schoolers can use them between classes and at lunch. What do you think of this new policy? You can leave us a voicemail at 206-616-6746, and we might include your comments on the show this week. Now our feature story today. Big news in the world of shipping this week. Amazon is now in direct competition with UPS and FedEx. The newly launched Amazon Supply Chain Services will make the company's freight, distribution, fulfillment, and parcel shipping operations available to any business. And clients don't have to sell on Amazon's marketplace to use the service. GeekWire editor Todd Bishop was among the first to report on this new development, and he spoke with KUOW's Kim Malcolm.
Todd, welcome.
Oh, hi, Kim.
So, first of all, just how big a shipping industry bombshell is this?
It's giant. This is Amazon getting into a whole new area. It has implications for people and companies across the industry, and you're seeing it ripple throughout Wall Street. And it's not entirely unexpected, but it's a big deal.
Wow. Okay. Well, let's dig into how this is going to work. What kinds of clients do you expect are going to make use of this new service?
Well, it's really going to be available to any business of any size across any industry. And Amazon gave a sense for that kind of breadth in their announcement today. They named companies that have been testing this, including Procter & Gamble and 3M, Land's End, and American Eagle. And they're doing everything from moving raw materials to factories to actually shipping products to doorsteps. So you can really get a sense from those brands and the ways that they're using it for the breadth of the service that Amazon is planning to offer here.
It's interesting that you write that Amazon competitors like Shopify and Walmart can use this service. How likely do you think that's going to be?
Right. And the way that's going to happen is that companies that are selling on Walmart's marketplace or using Shopify to power their own stores will be able to use Amazon, whether or not those companies are Amazon sellers themselves. And that's the big change that we're seeing here. Amazon has been kind of inching up to this over the years. They've been obviously taking their own internal capabilities to ship packages, extending those first to sellers on Amazon. And then over the past couple of years, we've seen them offer that to sellers who are also doing things through their own stores, from their own warehouses, from Walmart and Shopify. And now the difference is any company, whether or not they're Amazon sellers, is going to be able to take advantage of Amazon's logistics service.
You said Amazon's been walking up to this for a little while already. Do they have the capacity that they need in order to fulfill what these businesses are going to want from them?
It sure seems like it. I mean, if you look at the stats, Amazon has more than 200 fulfillment centers across the United States, tens of thousands of trailers and containers, more than 100 aircraft. The company delivers 13 billion items annually. So the infrastructure is there, and certainly they can fulfill more incremental volume. The question is how much? To me, having covered Amazon over the years, it's clear that they would not be making this kind of move if they didn't feel like they had the capacity to satisfy whatever demand they expect. And this is a company that's pretty remarkable in its ability to quickly expand. I mean, one of the main reasons that we saw them roll out their delivery service partners program, which is the trucks that deliver packages to doorsteps, was that UPS and FedEx were not really doing the job over the holiday season one winter, and they just decided to take matters into their own hands. So this is a company that sees opportunities and capitalizes on them.
Well, Amazon is entering a field where there are established competitors. You mentioned UPS and FedEx, of course. What does this new service mean for them?
A lot of competition, some very stiff competition out of the gate. It was fascinating to see the reaction on Wall Street this morning. FedEx stock was down by about 10% or 9%. Both of them were in the range of 9 to 10% declines, which is meaningful in terms of their overall market value. Amazon had already surpassed them on some measures, both UPS and FedEx, in overall parcel volume last year, just based on its own fulfillment. So now you can see Amazon basically going explicitly after some of the same corporate logistics contracts that UPS and FedEx depend on. And this is real competition for these two companies. So it's not a surprise to see investors and Wall Street reacting the way they did today.
GeekWire editor Todd Bishop speaking with KUOW's Kim Malcolm. Next time on Seattle Now, the Seattle International Film Festival starts Thursday with more than 200 movies showing. That can be a lot to take in.
It can be whatever you want it to be, because you don't want to have it be that the festival becomes like an exhausting experience. You want to see the sun. You want to go outside. You want to have a nice beat kind of to yourself to reflect on some of what you're seeing too.
We'll get some picks from film critic Chase Hutchinson Wednesday morning. That's all for today from the KUOW newsroom in Seattle. Our producer is Andy Hurst, and I'm Paige Browning. The interview in today's episode was produced by John O'Brien. Seattle Now and KUOW are members of the NPR network. See you later.